Welcome back, Embers, or if you're new here, welcome to Campfire Crew. My name is Stone, my pronouns are they, them, and today, as you can tell by the title of the video, I am doing a collab. So, I am working with, and excuse me, I'm going to be doing some stuff while I'm talking. I am working with Alyssa and with Persephone. I believe it's pronounced Persephone. I'm pretty sure I've had this conversation before. But it could also be theoretically Persephone, but I think Persephone. I will link Persephone's Instagram, and I will link Alyssa's channel and Instagram. And I will be doing looks on Instagram as well. But I'm just gonna do like a nice little chit-chatty video talking about this and doing the look. We're very zoomed out today. I've never shown you my chest before, and don't talk about it, we pretend they don't exist. Thank you very much. Anyway, so we're doing a collab where each of us picked both two colors that we have to include in our eyeshadow look, and then like a challenge or a thing we had to include. So the colors are, Persephone picked lime green and periwinkle. Alyssa chose purple and pink, and I chose orange, of course. And then I also chose, because lime green was selected, I wanted to choose green, but I wanted to be more specific this time. So I chose specifically like an olivey green, like an army olivey kind of green shade. And then for the extras, I chose blush blindness. So tons and tons of blush. Pack that blush on. Friends is what I said. And then Persephone said matte inner corner. And then Alyssa said at least half or more shimmers, which scares me because I don't usually use shimmers. Also, the reason we're spread out today is just because I want to be able to do these kind of videos, but because my vision's really bad and I have to have my palette in my face, I thought maybe it'd be fun for you guys to be able to see around me. And also the way I do makeup is everything's just spread around me like it is now. Like this is a very normal thing for me to do where I just spread the makeup around me. I figured I would just do my normal thing, kind of show you guys everything, and this way you can actually have stuff to look at while maybe my eyes are covered. So we'll see if that works. And I'm going to try and do my makeup how I normally would, which is a little bit slower than maybe you guys have seen me do if you've been to, I haven't done that many, like doing my makeup on camera type videos, but I figured I would, I'm going to put lip chap on before I put lipstick on. I would show you guys kind of like what the actual process of me doing my makeup is, because it's very different from when I actually try and do it on camera, where I'm trying to be quick and effective. Usually I'm just like messing around. So first things first, I have a general kind of idea of what I want to do, and I'm going to start with the inner corner because I need to mix a shade. I don't have a periwinkle. There's no purples in there. There's no purples or blues in there. That's more of a purple and shimmer. I need a matte inner corner, which is going to be the periwinkle. I think, yeah, we have the light purple shade, and I think I'm going to need to mix some blue into that to make it more periwinkle, because right now it's more lilac. It's not quite blue enough, I think. Maybe it's close, I don't know. I just think it needs a little more blue, but maybe a light blue. Oh, okay, gotta let the cats out. Give me a sec. I should put my glasses back. Ah. Oh, there's an eyelash in my eye. Great. Okay, so when I was thinking of periwinkle, I was thinking this is probably the closest I have to periwinkle, and then maybe I'll add a little more blue to it. I think if I was going to add a blue, it'd have to be a really light blue. and just a little bit, because I think it's just a little too purple to be periwinkle. So maybe like small spaces from this palette. So I'm going to try and blend them. Okay, I don't know how much of that I needed to cut out, but basically we're going to start with the inner corner, which needs, I'm going to make periwinkle. So I'm going to mix those two shades together. If you see my right eye just kind of looking a little annoyed, it's because I had something stuck in it. By something I'm in an eyelash. Then I tried to get it out and got a little piece of fluff stuck in my eye, and that hurt way worse. Then I went to the bathroom and flushed it out with water. So I think we're okay now, but I need to make this shade a little more periwinkle. I think we're close. I went to go for my phone, but you guys are my phone, so yeah, we're gonna see what we can do. I think this is pretty close to periwinkle, but like a little more blue. I'm gonna say maybe this bright blue. A little more, and then patience again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think that will work. I feel like if it's periwinkle, you have to be able to fight with somebody about whether it's purple or blue. To me, that is what makes a periwinkle. Is if you get into arguments about whether or not it's purple or blue, that's a periwinkle. And I'm going to do this really quite large just because I wear glasses. So it's not like you're going to really see it unless I bring it really close into the nose. So we're doing the periwinkle and the matte inner corner. That might be a little too blue. Maybe that's perfect though? I don't know. Right, the bright blue and then back into this. And this is how I mix my shades. I just go back and forth. That's definitely too blue. More purple, please. I gotta say, I don't think there's any way more blue. That this shade, which is Patience, shows up on darker skin. It's so light. It's so white-based light, too. Sometimes I feel like it barely shows up on me, and I'm not the pastiest person I've ever met, but I'm pretty up there, you know? Especially right now in the winter. It's also an incredibly powdery shade, which I don't mind as long as it's pigmented. But if I wanted to pan this shade, I think it'd be pretty easy because it's very powdery. Okay. And usually this is what I do too with my makeup. Small spaces. Is as I'm doing it, I'll mark it down. Patience. Okay, there we go. So we have achieved matte inner corner. So then, okay, there's purple. The upper lid, I want to do purple pink what other colors? Purple, pink. I know I want to do that olive green as a liner. I'm going to use my setting spray and spray it on my hand and then get a brush, wherever one is, a liner brush, and dip it in and then like create a liner. See if I can do that for myself. But I want to use shimmers for the whole top lid other than that inner corner, I think. So I need a, what were the colors again? Periwinkle, we got it. So then after periwinkle, I'm going to go purple. Then there's also pink. And then I'm going to go to orange because I have like a pinky orange shimmer, which I'm going to use for my pinky orange shimmer Tropical from my Citrus Punch palette, because it's, the base is orange and it has like a pink reflect, or vice versa. I can't remember. It's hard to tell in pan. Let me actually swatch it. I want to see it. Yeah, it's like orange. There's kind of like an orange shift and like a bright pink shift. So that'll count for orange and kind of be good for pink too. So I'll definitely do that. So that'll be my orange. And then I need a I'm going to put my glasses on. For purple, I'm probably going to use Starlight because that's in my Expand Those Pans. And it's kind of purple and blue, which will go well next to the periwinkle on my inner corner. So it's this shade, then pink, then the orange. So I need to find a good transition between those two. I'm not going to use, I was going to say I'm not going to use Tasty because there's a bit of a blue to it. Like the shift is blue. But there's blue in this purple, so maybe actually that is a good shout. But I'm going to put them next to each other and see. How they go on my hand. What do I think of that? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think that could work. I think that'll work. Okay. So I've picked my shades, at least for those. So periwinkle, purple, pink, orange. What am I missing? The lime green I'm going to use as a liner. So that'll be 2 mattes, 3 shimmers. Okay, periwinkle, purple, pink, lime green. I'm forgetting lime green. Where do I put lime green? Okay, for lime greens, I have some matte options, definitely. Right, I got rid of that one. But I'd like to, if possible, stick to shimmer because I will need another shimmer. So Tahiti green is pretty lime green, I'd say. It's this color, and this is what my hand looks like so far. But then where on this would I put this? I could do lower lash line because I'm using the dark green as, yeah, I think I might use that as an upper lash line. So that's definitely lime green, but I'm wondering if like sour would be considered a lime green. I think so. And it would go more with these kind of like, because this is very punchy, whereas these are all kind of like soft, demure shades. So maybe it'd be better to use this, actually, I think. And I think it's, like, the base is pretty lime. So we'll see when I get there, actually. Excuse me. Okay. So I think I'm going to use my finger, and I should get a glitter glue, which I think I pulled everything out. So it should be out here somewhere. There's the glitter glue from Too Faced. I have literally never bought this. I got this from a friend, and I can't buy from Too Faced anymore because they're on Well, the owner of the brand that owns Too Faced and a bunch of other companies is on a certain list. Anyway, let's just casually ignore that. Gonna get a little glitter glue on my palm. I'm so behind on projects, it's not even funny. I'm finally like catching up, but I'm not gonna be caught up for a while still, I think. And yet I'm doing this. Gonna add. I should probably just keep the lid off of this. But yeah, when I'm actually doing my makeup, this is kind of how I do it, where I like swatch out some things. Sometimes I do like half my look and then I swatch out some things. Sometimes if I need certain colors, I'll swatch out things beforehand. I'm going real up with the glitter glue because I know I'm gonna go a little everywhere with it. Like I'm gonna be putting glitter all the way up. Part of me wanted to do like drag style, like right across my, like cut into here, which I guess I could still do because I don't have that much hair over here anyway. We'll see how it goes. Okay. I think that's good on glitter glue. So I'm just gonna wipe off any excess. So we're gonna start with obviously purple, which is gonna be Starlight, which is this shade. And I'm trying to finish this shade, but I guess like I kind of want to hit all the side pans first. Oh my god, this shade's very crumbly, so it kind of looks a little. I'm gonna leave that face down and actually pull out a different palette because I just put a lot of crumbly shimmers. Into the pan, which actually works because I kind of want my finger for a little bit of this to tap up, 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 up. I'm sure Alyssa and Persephone are gonna love me doing shimmers like this. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing where I kind of like pull some of the eyeshadow out and just then grab it with my finger so I can go even more. We're going real high up. So it's gonna be most impactful where the glitter glue actually is, but then it's just gonna keep going up. So you can actually see it at least a little bit when my eye is closed.
Open.
Which I guess means I just should go straight into my eyebrow. There you go. You can actually see it when my eye's closed. Incredible. That never happens for me. So then I'm going to pull out a little more. I was kind of thinking I might have to repress this, but now I know I can just use this and just kind of pull some out a little at a time, which actually is going to be so useful. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I need to do it like this because I'm blind, you see. The thing is, I can't see. My vision's like a negative. Last time I got it checked, which actually wasn't that long ago, it's like a negative 4.75, I think, and a negative 5. Which, if you don't have glasses and you don't know, is very bad. It's not a good prescription to have. In fact, I can't see. Wait, I need to pull some out again. Okay, and then bring it all the way up, yes, into the eyebrows. I guess I'll Go more into the eyebrows on this side too. Okay. I think that's good for the purple, so I'm gonna wipe that off, I guess. And then I need pink, which I said I would do right. I should probably mark that I'm using these before I forget, because clearly I don't know what I'm doing. This also is the thing with me, is like I lose stuff all the time when I'm doing it because I can't see. Where did, oh, they fell. That's not what I was looking for anyway. There it is. I should also grab that back. And I can probably close this glitter glue and put it back in. And I don't think I'm going to use those two, but I might use this. Cool. We'll see how I feel. So what did I just use? Starlight. Okay. Starlight is this, and it's the one with a bunch of marks on it. Because I'm trying to finish it. And by a bunch, I mean 5. Okay, so I used Starlight. So next it's... Okay, if we're in a slightly different position, my phone ran out of storage, which makes sense because I've been filming and editing an absolute ton of videos. But I know where I left off because my phone beeps at me, thankfully. So we're gonna go with, sorry for blinding you, Tasty, because it's pink but with like a blue. So I should go in because this Starlight has a bit of a blue shift to it as well. And then, you know, Periwinkle's kind of a blue purple, and then we got a purple blue, then we got a pink blue, and then we'll do an orange pink. You get it. I feel like it's not picking up that well. Probably not. I'm usually using my hands with these shades. I've been like tapping into them and doing like a little rub, but usually I'd be like, actually that's not so bad. But I've definitely had times with this shadow when I do that right away and it just crumbles everywhere and doesn't go very well. So I find tapping it first helps, and then I tap it onto my eyes and I'm going over the same spot I did before. I tap again, kind of rub away some of the, that. Oh wait, up here I can see it better. Okay, I'm gonna go in the middle of those two shades, a bit blend, go all the way up so you can still see it when, you know, I have my normal eye. Sometimes with these shades, I like don't notice them right away because they're not in the light, and then I turn my head and I'm like, oh, there they are. There it is. There's all the pigment. It's in the reflection. I feel like the inner corner looks so blue now. I might need to add a little more purple to it. Hello? Not the chunks. I think it's just because like the shades that I don't use as much are much more chunky. When I've like used them 5 or 6 times, the chunkiness kind of goes away a little bit, I find. Maybe that's just my perception. I don't know. But they definitely, some of the flakes can be kind of chunky. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I want to fix the inner corner. I'm gonna need my glasses to figure out where that brush is. Actually, it's this one. Okay. I'm gonna put on my glasses anyway. I might want to use something more pigmented as a purple. Like maybe this shade Lilac. I don't think I have a lot of purples is the thing. So I guess, wait, I think there's maybe some purple in here. That's too dark. Okay, I'm going to use the shade Lilac, which is, I think, also in my Expand Those Fans. So next to Starlight is this one here. Somebody remind me that I just used that pink shade, and I'm going to see if I can make this periwinkle a little more purple. Because I still want it to look periwinkle. It needs to look a little purple and not just totally blue. Am I just making gray? I think it's kind of working. Up close, that's really interesting because it literally just looks exactly like what I did. Like I just threw purple on top of it instead of like it's actually mixing and blending to make a color. So maybe I'll add a little more of that blue and then the lilac, then back into the blue, and like actually get them mixed in together. I think that's more purple. Yeah, okay. I think that's better. We're more periwinkle now, at least a little. And that's good enough for me. I'm trying. And then I didn't forget to mark these down. Where is my pen? It's right here. It's not even a pen. Okay, since I already have Carnival 3 out, I should do Lilac, which should be near Starlight. No, it's not. There it is. Mark that. I already marked the palette, and then I need to go to Simply Posh. We'll mark that I used it today. And what shades am I using? I'm going to mark both Tasty and Tropical right now because I'm about to use Tropical. So I'll mark Tropical and Tasty. Now has 5 uses total, which is good because I feel I don't use Tasty that much. TBH. It's pretty, but like, you know, I'm orange, yellow. This is more pastel. This is going to be a very pastel look till I put on the other stuff. There's a bump in the shade. You know when there's like a little bump that's just like everything around it's coming down faster? That's... Oh, there we go. Just gonna get my nail in there to get past that little bump that wasn't picking up. I feel like that orange is really taking over the look, which I'm okay with because I love orange. But I'm gonna go back into Tasty just a little bit. Hello? There we go. Yeah, that's cute. I'm definitely going to use the sour shade in this palette as well. I'm making a dent in Tropical right now. I'm putting a lot of product on. Which I'm okay with. That's kind of the point of this. This one's so subtle now compared to the other, so I guess I'm going to have to unsubtle it. There you go. Dragify that look, baby. Okay, then I'm going to take Tasty again. blend that a little more. So the orange isn't so prominent. I mean, I want it to be prominent, obviously. I want every shade to be prominent, but it's not like there's only orange. Okay, and then wipe that all off. I'm gonna go back into, where's my, that's not the right brush. This is the right brush. I thought I was gonna have to get my glasses again. Go back into Starlight. Sure, that's intensified again. You know, if you want a really intense look, you have to go in and re-intensify. Ow, when you make one thing more intense, you gotta make everything else more intense. So that's what we're doing. Jesus Christ. Everything's falling apart. I think I hit the tiniest little side pan in that. I didn't mean to. It's just everything's crumbling on me. Yeah. That's fun. I feel like it's actually, for shimmers, it's got a good blend. I mean, not up here. I'm just getting that everywhere. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna do my lower lash line. Maybe I'm not quite side pan with that. And I already put those two in, so that's good. So then I need lime on the lower lash line. Which I don't know how it's gonna work with this brush, but I'm gonna try it because that's what I usually use on the lower lash line. I'm just trying to get off. Yesterday I used my very dark purple, so I'm trying to get that off, that I have in my pen, those eyeshadows from my oldest palette. I think in here I have this. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this and put it on my lower lash. Oh, that's cool. That's mostly on my eyelashes. That's cool. Ooh, that was perfect. I found like a glitter chunk and I just took it off. It didn't work with that one. That's okay. Ooh, my feet are so asleep right now. I'm not going to be able to walk after this. Okay, I think now that's the most. It is really warm in this room. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry, and also I'm not that sorry. Because if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm gonna very gently, because these are not the right type of shimmer to really be doing this. I'm gonna do it on the edges because I feel like I definitely have dropped this and it's kind of coming up on the sides because of that. So I'm just gonna gently kind of pack it back in and not so gently shake it off. My lower lashes are pretty decent and curved, so I like pick them up to do my lower lash line. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Then I'm just gonna do the same thing where I'm just pushing that in, push it back in. Everything just go back in, please. We don't move it around, we're just packing it all. I'm literally packing it back into the palette. I'm like, go back in, please. And this actually works well because the orange has a pink in it. The pink obviously has pink. The pink kind of has like a green-blue shift. The purple has a purple-blue. They all kind of go together, especially because I'm using like 3 different shimmers from this palette, and all the shimmers in my Citrus Punch go together. They all kind of have similar shifts. Like some of them are opposite shifts too, but they all go together. So using a bunch of shades from the palette makes it easy to do a look. My face of concentration. I feel like every time I do these videos, I think I'm going to talk about other stuff while I'm doing my makeup, but all I can think about is the makeup. I like it, but I think I'm going to actually add that shimmer I said was way different, and then put that green back on top of it. Just because it's not quite, I'm not able to pack it on quite as much, I think. So like it's pretty, but only if you're like really close, which might be a me thing because I'm in glasses. Again, can't see, but like I'd like that to be a little more. Now that I'm seeing how bright I've been able to pack on the other colors, because I thought they'd be like really pastel, but I've actually managed to pack them on quite a bit. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that on the lower lash, so I'm going to just use a brighter shade. Yeah. My whole face is sparkly, which I'm okay with. I have multicolored glitter everywhere. What do I need to do? Right, I was going to say that I used Sour. Sour. Oh, that's my first time using Sour this year. Nice. Okay, and then, because January I barely wore any makeup. And then I think it's Key Lime, Tahiti Green. Key Lime's the same one, but it's... And my first time using this shade. Key Lime is the same, basically the same shade, but matte. A matte version of it. I'm just going to work on expanding the pan, I guess. Not that this is in Expand Those Pans, but there's a bunch of flat space right around the edge of the pan that I'm just going to dip into. Yeah, this was the correct move. And I think I'll leave the very innermost corner just with the green, like the original green. And I'm keeping Tahiti Green like much closer to my lash line. Ooh, my foot's so asleep. And then I'm going to actually take that Sour shade, the like lime green. Ooh. And just kind of very gently tap that so it's just kind of a little bit everywhere. Oh, there's a lot of flakies in this. I'm gonna maybe brush them off on the back of my hand and then tap into them. Now I really am glittery everywhere. Okay, that works for me. Then what I need to do, did I say I used that? Yes, I did. Okay, I've said I've used every shade, so the only thing left to do is the kind of olivey green shade. which I think I'm going to use this shade because that's what I was thinking about specifically. And if you saw a spoiler to a project, no, you didn't. So I'm just going to swirl a bunch of pigment. I'm kind of scraping it off because this is a pretty... Is this a good little brush to even do this with? I don't know. You know what? Maybe what I'm going to do is pull this shade out. Like that. And then, what do I use? I was going to use this, but now I don't know. Maybe I'll get one of my water activated liner brushes. I'm going to do that. Okay, so the lighting changed because before it was too bright to have the curtains open, so I moved to a different lighting, and now it's too dark to have the curtain closed, so I opened up the curtain. So the whole thing. So what I've heard is that you can use like a spray. I got this from my mom. She doesn't really wear makeup, but she wore makeup to a wedding she was going to, and she's not going to use it anymore. So you can use apparently a spray and mix that to make a water activated liner. So I'm just going to spray it into my hand, use this water activated liner brush, completely wet it, grab pigment. I might need more water for this. Oh no, okay, I'm kind of mixing a paste. I do need more liquid though. Just gonna mix it in my hand, I guess. So I'm just grabbing some of that pigment from where I put it in a loose container that it was a black and it fell out, it broke, so now I've just an empty pan. So I mixed those, they're liquidy, so I think this should work. Okay, so I've learned two things. One, it does work. Two, I'm gonna have to take this out to do this because I need more liquid. So I'm gonna have to do the spray first and then take my shade. I'm gonna put the brush on a palette, and then where's this brush that I was using to scoop stuff out? I'm gonna use, this brush is still dry, this is still dry, and I'm being a little cheeky by scraping from the spot in the middle so that when I eventually go to pan this, it'll be easier for me. Not fully. Scraping a bunch of this shade out. I'm gonna need more of it than I thought. Okay, let's try that. And then we'll take my water activated liner and we'll start mixing directly liquid and color. This is very liquidy, but I think it might work. Okay, let me try. Wish me luck. Oh, it's working. This might have been too thin of a liner to use, but I'm going to try anyway. Also, I'm not very good at eyeliner because I never use it. But it's working, so... I can't really see what I'm doing. Oh, this way is better. Okay. Okay. I can live with that. And it's not perfect, but I can live with that. For my, like, I think second time using water activated liner, and also slash this isn't actually water activated liner. Like, I'm gonna accept this. And also, it's cool to know that I can do this now. And I don't have to buy anything because my mom just gave it to me. Those are not the same line. But I'm scared if I try and fix it, I'm gonna fuck it up. Okay, but I'm gonna try. I lied. I must. Oh, I'm gonna do so much with this. Sorry, Glisten, never getting my money again for water activated eyeliners. I like your water activated eyeliners, but apparently I can just make my own. I mean, I might still buy them, actually, if I use them a lot. I might pick up like colors that I use all the time. You know what? I think that's good enough. I'm happy with that. No, I'm gonna stop touching it. I'm happy with that. I think that's good. I think we did good. Okay, I'm gonna pull you in for a close-up of my current eye look. Then I'm gonna finish my face and I'll give you like a quick little show off of the rest of my face. Hello. So up close, let me take you over to my, I was gonna say my mirror, no, the sunlight. So we got the periwinkle, purple, pink, orange, lime green, olive green. And then I'll show you when I'm done, and then of course this will be posted on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram, obviously my friends on Instagram, Persephone and Alyssa, and follow Alyssa on YouTube, and hopefully soon we'll convince Persephone. It's not convinced so much as Persephone needs equipment, lighting for YouTube stuff, and hopefully they will get that soon so we can watch some good videos from them. I'm really trying to hype them up to make YouTube videos because I want to see them do it so bad. Anyway, I'll see you when I'm done the rest of my face, and then this video will be over. Bye guys, bye-bye. Hello, this is the finished look, which has to include blush blindness. I think it's very pretty. I was like, this feels weird, and then I did my lips, and I was like, less weird. I did my brows, and I was like, less weird. And then I did the highlighter, and I was like, there we go. Oh, there you go. You can see it. I used the same highlighter as is the purple shimmer. That actually makes a really pretty highlighter. And then for blush, I did orange, and then pink, and then purple blush. So, yeah. Then I did a pink lip and my orange lip gloss. And I did eyeliner. Lower lash line, the kind of bright color. So that's what it looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye.